Okay. It's about as good of a live as we're gonna get. Normally we have a stand, so you go through Emoze. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's an app called Emoze, and it connects with a live YouTube channel link, and then it will pull up the link, and I can like copy and paste it. The live.
Oh, okay.
It's about a 30-second delay. And normally we have a stand for this. So, but since Emily is not in her office, this is as good as we're gonna get for today. And then I post it to the, Thanks, Megan. And then I post it to the Facebook group.
That is cool.
Applesauce, they made it. Homemade applesauce. Hi, guys.
Hey, Jackie.
How's it going?
Hey, Taylor.
There's seats here. Oh, you guys said no, so you know what, we're going to leave it early, so I'll just say.
That is cool.
Yeah. So, normally I have to also have my phone plugged in. It's like a slow process. We'll see. We'll just make it work. We try to be
And really talk
the best we can with what we got, you know? So how long are you here, Greg?
What's that?
How long are you here?
All day meetings today and then tomorrow morning, and then
Okay.
we are leaving tomorrow afternoon.
Cool.
From downstairs, you'll just have to wash them after we leave it.
Oh,
That goes with the metal things.
Oh, how much?
It's supposed to be thrown out.
Yeah, get food. Okay, don't mind me, y'all. I'm just
that's so good.
live streaming.
Great work.
It's not working. Okay, we can just get started and I'll.
What do you think, what's a good event for us to do? What's a good event that we should put on? I don't know, how about a giant pizza party? Is that sound good?
Make your own.
Really trying to figure out this chair.
Yeah, we just pull that lever and go down for it.
You know, if you can figure out, you can teach the rest of us.
Yeah,
We're trying to figure this out.
oh, yeah, so it's not heavy enough that it won't go down, right? Okay. So you might need someone else to push it down for you, and then you can make it straight back up.
It's all good, we'll make sure it gets washed. I have to head out early as well. My name's Dean, by the way.
There you go.
Nice to meet you, Greg. I'm visiting from Denver.
Oh, okay.
Very nice.
How can I make it better? It says my stream.
Okay, I'm from Denver Center.
Not Denver Sim, I work at a nonprofit called Craft Burgers. And our core work is to help our members make
The weight's not enough to push it down, but too much to keep it from going out.
So we're in other cities.
Do you go to school, Taylor?
Yes.
We're
Where do you go?
trying to get some of what we do accredited through
Very nice.
God.
All the way to Ohio every time. Yeah. So what grade are you in? Wow.
Your brothers and sisters? Yeah.
You avoided answering my last question.
Oh,
I know that was very slick of you, but
I can answer it, I guess, after the meeting. I'll be around, so, yes.
all right.
Who's gonna change the clock?
Okay.
There's still this treatment of.
No, that's great. Yeah.
Are you gonna need the screen at all? No.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Cool.
For us, it's okay, but I
All right. You want me to get started? Okay.
wonder.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello, hello. Welcome to G&D. Let's start off with a word of prayer. I just pray for our meeting and the food that we're already starting to eat, and it's all looking really good. So let's pray. Father God, we thank you for this time to come together, Lord, and to look at the things that you are doing in our lives and in the life of the seminary, God, and the ways that you're challenging us, the ways that you've been faithful, God. We ask that you would be with us today, Lord, and that you would bless this time, that this would be a productive time, Lord, and we just pray for the food, Lord, that it would bless our bodies, Lord, and that you would bless the hands that have prepared it and brought it here, Lord. So we just thank you for all this in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes. So, if you feel like you need to get more food at any point, feel free to do so. First, I don't know if we're going to do the approval of minutes.
We will.
I guess we will approve minutes. If people have got a chance to look at the minutes from the previous meetings, I guess motion to approve those minutes. Someone could just say aye. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Someone to second it?
My second hair.
Did Jackie say aye? Was it so?
That was really Taylor.
Oh, okay, great. Yes, second. Great. Minutes approved.
Cool. Great. And so, Amanda, we'll turn it over to you to lead us in our time devotional.
Yes, I have a short devotional, but maybe one that we need, one that will take a little bit more time to process. Maybe not. In Old Testament, we're reading a book called The Prophets by Heschel. And there's one quote that really stood out and I've been wrestling with lately as we've been talking about racial injustice in this country and as we've been having a Black Lives Matter rally on campus. And as I was visiting the South Side with Velda for Sankofa and even thinking about my own family and just how we understand the world and how we see violence, and as more violence happens lately with the police shootings, we don't want to become numb to that, right? And so this quote really stood out. I'll read it. It says, "Our eyes are witness to the callousness and cruelty of man, but our heart tries to obliterate the memories, to calm the nerves, and to silence our conscience." I'll read it one more time. "Our eyes are witness to the callousness and cruelty of man, but our heart tries to obliterate the memories, to calm the nerves, and to silence our conscience." So this was really convicting to me that we may see the injustice on the news or in our own communities, but how do our hearts respond? How do our minds respond? How do we process these things? Are we allowing ourselves to grieve and allowing ourselves to really feel for these families and even have anger towards these actions? Or are we numbing ourselves and choosing to remove ourselves? So with that, there's also this song from The Brilliance called "Does Your Heart Break?" And they just happened to come. I was reading this chapter listening to this song, and felt it was very appropriate. So I'll play it for us, and hopefully you can all hear it. But just invite you to meditate on that quote and to allow God to really speak to you. It starts out quiet. this place, in the spaces that are broken. So pray with me. Almighty God, we thank you so much for this space to gather, to have conversation and to learn from one another. Lord, we stop to acknowledge that your power is greater, that you continue to work, and that our kingdom is with yours. It's not on earth. But we also act. We also step up and decide to stand with our brothers and sisters and to vote and to do as much as we can to advocate, Lord. So continue to turn our hearts and show us how we can stand in the gap with you and continue to walk with you, Lord. Thank you for these brothers and sisters. May our conversation be fruitful and pleasing to you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Amanda. We're still looking for one more devotional slot for our next meeting, which will be November 21st. And so if you feel led, please let us know. Otherwise, we will feel led to contact you. So with that, and Bailey's doing the one on December 5th. Just a couple of announcements before we head into going over the initiatives. So the flow of G&D this year that we're trying out is every other week. We're having we meet every other week, and then the first Monday of the month that we meet, we're going over initiatives that we're trying to tackle in our community and raise awareness to. And then the second meeting of every month is largely focused on a topic of discussion. Our most recent topic being around Black Lives Matter movement. And how we, as a seminary community attached to an undergrad community and within one of the most diverse communities in Chicago, can be, advocates for and allies and support what's happening. And so with that, today we're going to be covering largely initiatives. However, I did want to introduce some people in the room and make you aware that Dr. Helen Hudgens, affiliated with North Park University, she's a professor there in the music department, and she has also had a strong connection with Standing Rock in North Dakota, has had a recent visit there, and is sending a group of students to there in the next couple weekends, I believe the weekend of the 18th through the 20th. And so she's just going to come and say how we as a community can be praying for her and the students going. And share a little bit about how she got involved with going and why she feels compelled to go. So she will be coming in at some point throughout our meeting, but I realized that some people have to leave early, so I thought we would do some introductions. Jackie Strapp has been with us before, but for those of you that don't know her, she's the director of the Office of Diversity here at North Park University. So I've asked her to stay as long as she's able to with Taylor, and and give us any updates. And then I also wanted to introduce Greg. I didn't get your last name. Hall. If you want to share with us a little bit what brings you to North Park.
Yeah, so I'm from Denver and moved out there from Chicago 4 years ago to be part of a 2-year urban leadership program. Quit my job at Heartland Alliance, where I was working in the refugee youth and case management realm, and then graduated this fellowship program in Denver. I was asked to join staff, and now I'm the director of the Center for Urban Leadership at Cross Purpose. And so I'm here kind of forging a relationship with the seminary and the School of Business and Nonprofit Management to see if we couldn't get some of the work that we already do academically with our fellows in Denver connected to a master's or a certificate program through North Park University, which has been awesome. And then also we are looking for college grads to, if they are interested in a life of urban ministry, we prepare people for that, and I think that we do a really good job actually. So I know this is mostly a room of seminary students, but hopefully with the folks that you'll be working with in the seminary and in undergrad, we'd love to get connected to the same people potentially, and pitch our program, share a little bit about what we do, what we offer, and see if some of them might want to apply to work and live with us in Denver.
Great. I'm glad you could be here.
Thanks for having me.
I'll turn it back over to Jackie, just if you had any announcements from your end of things with the Office of Diversity and things coming down the pipeline.
So we have a few things that are going on. Some are direct responses from the rally. And so a lot of departments and people on campus have felt compelled to also stand with students who are, affiliated with the Black Lives Matter. One specifically happening this Thursday at 7:30, the orchestra will be incorporating the Black Lives Matter theme into their concert.
That's great.
And so they'll be incorporating students giving poetry in regards to the matter, as well as having some artwork demonstrated throughout the concert as well. And so that's a really great thing that we're working on with the orchestra and making sure that we're collaborating with them to show our support. So if you guys can attend, feel free to go and voice or sit and just, kind of support them, because this is very new. And, maybe it's not much to us, but it's some people in there that are really nervous about taking this stand and talking about this. Yeah, and what we hope that will do is provide support for students of color, just to see, because sometimes they judge people based off of just like we do, right? Like, okay, it's easy to get into that mode of that everybody's against me, and these shirts will help them to kind of see that, no, we have support. And then start conversations with these faculty members that are basically saying that, yeah, I'm in support of you and whatever that means. So this is going to be really good.
And it doesn't have to just be faculty.
And
So,
staff, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're interested in it, you can let me know and we can figure something out.
Yeah, absolutely. Send a link.
Mhm,
But yeah.
mhm.
And so that's going on. Those are things that are just kind of organically, not necessarily what I'm planning, but I'm definitely helping. The focus groups went really well. We have those all completed, and so we got a lot of good feedback from students. Good feedback in the sense that they opened up. Some of the things that they opened up about is just, disheartening. And so we'll begin exploring that and kind of seeing how we can address some of those issues on campus. And so that's happening soon, and they'll be meeting with the senior leadership team very soon. So that's updates as it relates to kind of the Black Lives Matter movement. Otherwise, we have other events happening. There's a Pacific Islanders Club starting, and so they'll be having a taste of the Pacific in November 13th. And so they'll be having they're having dances and things of that nature and food, so that'll be something that's happening as well. It's a lot of other things, but yeah, those are some of the highlights for now.
Thank you. And I know some of your student workers do poster runs. Do they know that they can come to the seminary too, that we have a North Park community board? Because I think that'd be good, especially for our residential students, to just know when events are going on with the Office of Diversity. Because I think there would be a lot of interest, or at least people knowing that it's happening.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. I'm making notes so we can get those on board. Okay.
Things could also go in Nigel Notes News through Emily.
oh yeah, that's true. So,
We have a weekly seminary newsletter that goes out by email that Emily Wagner coordinates. That goes out every Friday, so potentially you can get things in there as well.
yeah, because it could be something that I could copy whatever the announcements that do go for North Park, and if there's things affiliated with the Office of Diversity, we could just literally copy and paste. If you do it for like the general student announcements that go out twice a week, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
So.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's once a week on a Friday. It's seminary-specific to that.
Okay, thank you so much. You said you invited me?
Emily Wagner, yeah.
Great. I have on here, we did a survey just to get kind of a pulse of the seminary for what globalization and diversity looked like, felt like, if it was being addressed, and everything in between. Blasted it to our seminary. And then a similar survey is going out as a climate survey for North Park around diversity, and Jackie's on the diversity team for that. But the survey winners, specifically for the seminary, were Mary Spriggs and Peter Shin. And Peter Shin has requested Golden Crust. Bless him. It's a local pizza place. So I just wanted to make you aware of it because we already had voted and approved on the $20, and Mary is still to be determined. But that's the update on that, and I believe everybody got their books.
That's correct.
So, yes, thank you, Ben. Woo! Okay, cool.
So we also wanted to just kind of take some time to look back at some things that have happened since our last meeting. So, for one, the dinner at Sunshine's house. So I guess we just wanted to just kind of take some time and I guess hear from you, Sunshine, how you felt everything went, and then any others that were there, hear any reflections you might have had and thoughts.
It's good to have people over. I thought there was a lot of food. And
There's a lot of good food.
Sarah and Shem really appreciate the students. Very happy to meet up with folks. We're interested to hear response to the two of them as well. They enjoy the time they have with the Park students.
I really appreciated hearing her passion. So they really spoke passionately. Remind me, Sarah works for University. And is she in the academic or no? She's in.
She's publishing for University, but she also works for evangelism department for University.
Yeah. And then Shin is an artist and does amazing artwork. And so they both just came from a really passionate point of view and took a lot of time and energy to explain their hearts and where their focus is. And yeah, so I just really, that's important to me. If you're a speaker, that you can really also share vulnerably the things that you're wrestling with, and they did that well.
Was anybody else there that had anything else to share? Were you there, Lee?
I don't know the wrong address. I didn't check my email, so had I done that, I would have seen Emily's email that had the correct address. Instead, I went based off of the one that I sent the first round of wedding stuff to. Anyway.
She went to my old house.
It's on the exact opposite end of North Park neighborhood, so it was all the way over towards a hospital. So I knocked on the door. Because I was like, no cars here? Yeah, there's somebody home. Is that any dinner? Is this? Yes, it is. My bad. Apparently, I still have the wrong address. They didn't give me dinner. I was kind of expecting them to let me in. So. Yeah, and then I had other things, so I couldn't get over there.
Okay.
You got good exercise that.
Yeah, it's a good walk.
I think that type of model was really good. I think having a meal together and having time for fellowship and then having a discussion, especially at the time when it happened, and even for it to be off campus, I think was attractive, but not too far off campus.
Except for me.
Right, except for me. But I think it was something that a lot of people walked away feeling very refreshed and encouraged by. And I think it was for a variety of those things and because of your hospitality too, so thank you.
And were the discussions mainly about some of the artwork, or I guess I'm curious of what the discussions were kind of centered around some of the highlights.
I took lots of notes, but.
So Sarah's working on a book about racial reconciliation. varsity is trying to engage in. And then Shin's work.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Has a website that does a lot of work that engages different artistic forms. But his training was graffiti artists in New York. But it just his story was just interesting. Yeah, it's kind of someone who's started engaging in art and the work that he's done in art. It's really interesting.
We're actually going to look at some of his art later in relation to the art initiative, and I'll pull it up on the screen and show you some of his work. It's also for sale. There's prints for sale at a very reasonable price.
And he's going
So
to pull them off soon. 'Cause
yes,
They're having trouble with
yes.
storage. So it's like a clearance sale. Now's a good time to buy it.
Support local artists.
If you haven't got a wedding gift for Dean and Nancy.
Oh, there it is.
To see the art.
There it is.
That's going to be.
Shin's art.
Hey, sorry to interrupt G&D. Do you guys know what the financial meeting is? Because it's supposed to be here.
It's in that room.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keeping it real.
All right, great. So that sounds like it was a really great discussion, and thank you, Sunshine, for being willing to kind of put that together and host everyone. Second thing we wanted to look at was, or just kind of recap, was there was a worship night with Charis Ministries, which Robert Cager started, I guess a couple of years ago, maybe last year, I'm not sure.
It's gone through a couple name changes, but
Robert Cager
it's been
Ministries,
existing for a while.
Now Charis Ministries. And so there was a worship night that was put on here on campus. I was one of the singers for the worship team, and my wife got a chance to do some prayer ministry there and everything. But it was just a really great night of, I don't know, just kind of worship that feels more connected with my own tradition of, you know, kind of gospel music and just very open, Holy Spirit focused, and so, yeah, it was a really great time, and there was a lot of representation from the university community, and there were also just random people that Robert knows. He knows everyone from the Chicago area, and
Were undergrads there?
Yes.
Yeah, undergrad students, some seminary students were there, and it was good to see some seminary people there, Ben and Emily.
There were more undergrads there than seminary students, just saying.
Yeah.
So.
But I know that this is something that he's wanting to kind of continue having on a regular basis, maybe like a couple of times a semester or something for